This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity Podcast, the Becker Business Minute Podcast. Here are 11 quick notes, stories that we're following today. First, futures point down this morning really on increased concerns regarding the economy, potential recession, and so forth. In fact, the markets are having an awful day with the S&P down almost 1.5% so far. Second, the Biden administration continues to target big business and big business practices. The most recent salvo is the Justice Department suing Google to try and break up its advertising empire. So not a fun day for Google. Third, the Biden administration also has proposed regulations that would largely outlaw non-competes. Now, there's lots of uncertainty as to what that may look like and a lot of discussion. We had a chance to discuss this yesterday with partner at McGuire Woods, Andrew Lee Lina, who talked about this on both the Becker Healthcare Podcast and the Becker Business Minute and Private Equity Podcast, but still a lot of uncertainty as to what these regulations might look like and whether they'll actually outlaw non-competes and outlaw non-competes on sale deals as well. Fourth, Microsoft fell a little bit yesterday. Its earnings forecast met expectations, but it missed its revenue target. It's also starting to see some softening in its growth in its cloud business. Now, for Microsoft and Amazon, it's really the cloud business has driven so much of the profits at those companies. So concerns about the growth of their Azure business or at Amazon the AWS business causes great concern. Fifth, we had a great call yesterday with the Becker's CEO Healthcare Advisory Board. Great insight from various different leaders, including the CEO of Northwell Health, Michael Dowling, leader at General Atlantic, Stephen Klasko, and a heck of a lot of others. A lot of insight and positivity about what's going on in the healthcare environment, even in the face of what was last year a daunting year. Also incredible to visit with Sal Buscemi yesterday. He manages money, invests money for huge family offices. And he talked a lot about how the newest exciting thing, and not so new, is the club that people want to get into is owning sports franchises. So if you're rich, this is the thing people want. They want either fine art or sports franchises. It's something you could brag about. It's a fun business and so forth. But just really fascinating to talk to Sal about this in that perspective. Sixth, Tesla poised for record earnings amid Wall Street unease. So even though Tesla is out there with all these different issues around Tesla, they are expecting to have great earnings this quarter. Next, we're starting to see in the job market, although it remains overall solid and unemployment rates overall low and new job listings are overall low, there are signs of layoffs starting to spread well beyond that of the tech sector. 3M yesterday announced they would be cutting 2,500 jobs or so. Next, we're thrilled to see different leaders and different endeavors come together in great talent. Parkside Investments, a quick shout out to Alan Cole and Chris Engelman, former guests of the podcast, on their leadership. Also great to see people like Josh Layton, who is multi-talented, excel in so many things. Ninth, we're in the process of doubling down on growth in the Becker Business Minute Podcast, the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Thank you both to Jeremy Core, Contact Allies, and a hell of a lot more. And finally, the shout of the day today goes to Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. This leader has done an incredible job of leading Microsoft through thick and thin in difficult times, and just an amazing leader to watch. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity Podcast, the Becker Business Minute. We'll be back with you later with more updates. Thank you so much for listening.